Welcome back to Daytime, and this is going to be fun because I think Jasmine is getting excited. We've got some drinking to do.
Why
not?
have
It's almost
beer
the
today.
weekend, right?
Yes, something different.
Rob Statham is a wine, spirits, and beer consultant. Okay, we're going to be talking about the Drunken Grape, and we're not going to allude to the fact that you look like Donny Osmond at all.
Well, I just hope that I achieve his celebrity status one day.
Well, you're on Daytime Ottawa today.
That's
so
true.
That's something he is not on.
There you go.
And I'm with you two, which is awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Drunken Grape, okay. First of all, tell us about how long this has been going on, the Drunken Grape.
Well, I launched it in October of 2015, so it's
Okay.
a recent development. Finally got the website up, which is great.
Nice.
Was bred, I was working with another events company of a similar nature, and they were thinking of closing the doors at the time. They ultimately didn't, but we had a discussion. It was amicable. And it came about to form this. So basically, the focus is on wine, spirits, and beer. I'm a sommelier and working towards my way of becoming a beer sommelier as well, which is cool.
Yeah, because there aren't many of those.
I've never even heard of a beer.
No, the program I'm going through is Prud'homme. It's Canadian-based.
Okay.
Roger Midegg is the founder. That started in 2009, which I think is great. There's an American system that came out around the same time called Cicerone. But let's support our fellow Canadians.
Amazing.
Now, Rob, a lot of people drink beer but don't know the history behind it.
That's true, and in this case, we're just talking about the history of women in brewing. And women have been prolific throughout brewing history. Started in the Mesopotamia River Valley on recorded history with barley. Some would argue China, but that was with rice around the same time. So we're going about 9,000 years ago, 7,000 BC. Beer was initially in its earliest forms like a barley cake that was crumpled into water. It was called bapur, and formed a porridge. And then what would happen was the airborne yeasts, ambient yeasts, would ferment with it, and they would add in honey to spike up the alcohol level, and you'd create beer.
Interesting.
Wow.
Very
Sorry,
cool.
you said the word cake, though. Do you actually mean like physical cake?
Well, it was barley formed into a bread-like cake.
Like a-
They
okay.
would dry it, and then they would
Okay.
crumble it.
Okay.
Because we might be onto something here, because all of a sudden I'm like, beer cake.
Yeah, I would love that. I've got a sweet tooth, so
That'd be
I
interesting.
would, yeah.
Beer
Yeah,
cake.
so then
What did you bring for us here?
we have Saison beer, which is a farmhouse-style ale, originated in Belgium. This one here, we're going to crack this one. It's called Homegrown. It's by Amsterdam Brewery out of Toronto.
Yeah.
And it's bottle conditioned, which means that they've added yeast and sugar to it, which actually increase the alcohol level a little bit. It's kind of like the concept of champagne. It's
Okay.
a second fermentation in
Did
bottle.
they usually use, add sugar to beer, or is that just...
They can.
Yeah, because
They can.
maybe
To
because
add
I'm
to
not really a
increase the,
beer
alcohol
guy
levels.
myself,
Yeah.
okay, but I just didn't know if sugar was like a main ingredient.
Not typically, but the Belgians are known for it. And this
Yeah.
style of beer is modeled after it. And this history of beer, if we skip ahead, we talk about the Egyptians being really prolific. They even had a hieroglyphic which showcased a piece of bread that was in the hieroglyphic as well as a sort of food staple. So it showed you how important brewing was. But women have really, really dominated up to the industrial time. We think of today's age. I know I was speaking with you outside.
Yeah.
All the marketing just heavily focused on women as a sex symbol, which kind of does it a disservice because for thousands of years it was associated with cooking as a home activity, which brings us to farmhouse ale. And this particular style, it's pretty cool because it suits summer. What they would do is that they would create the batch over the winter to drink it in the summer.
Interesting.
And
That's how long it takes?
Well, no, they could just store it over
Okay.
time because the ambient yeasts, the yeast would allow it to last longer.
Okay.
Okay, before we run out of time, Jasmine definitely wants to give this a sample.
Yeah,
I,
sure.
I figured, we're on live television and I want to be professional, so I'm not going to
Oh
be
my
drinking.
goodness, no. He always gets me to taste everything.
So this one's been
He's
bottle
going to be
conditioned.
crunching later.
The reason we're
Yes,
turning
that's
it upside down, it's unfiltered. So there's going to be some yeast in this itself.
Okay.
It has like a barnyard character. We better not spill all this all over the set. You're looking at a golden to a golden orange color. It's not very clear.
So
Typically,
we'll show the color.
Yeah.
a bit of fruit characteristic. It almost have a smell of a barnyard, like an old smell to it as well. And that's the yeast called Brettanomyces.
Okay.
It's a wild yeast that's used.
Because I'm not going to lie to you, the smell of a barnyard isn't something that I want to put in my mouth.
No, but it's one characteristic to describe it. I mean, it's mostly
Yeah.
fruity and tarty taste.
I like it. It is fruity, and that is why I think I like it so much, because I'm
Yeah.
typically not a fan of beer, but this one's lighter and fruity.
Yeah, and it goes well with cheese, goes well with chicken, spicy food.
So it's a nice dinner beer.
It is.
Okay.
And a great summer beer.
Yeah.
And it's something that we're offering too with the Drunken Grape is a beer tasting. So, for $199, $100. You can get up to typically
I like how it
20
doesn't leave that.
people.
It doesn't leave like that bitter taste in your
No, and a little tart, but not overly bitter.
No,
it's true
yeah.
because it's mild on the hops. It's just the style that's created.
Yeah, so the Drunken Grape, then tell us about some of the services that you do provide. If people
Cool,
go
sure,
to the
absolutely.
website. Yeah.
Well, we provide a lot of tastings, parties. We've done parties for like the 60th birthday party or 50th birthday party, keynote parties, weddings, planning of an events. In this case, we're doing a promotion with beer tasting. So you actually come to your home or your office, up to 20 people. $199 includes the taste. That's the tasting.
Yeah.
Not the product, but it includes everything else that goes with it for 75 minutes with a good group of people.
You said up to 20 people?
Up to 20
100.
people.
You said up to 100?
No,
Well, and the
100.
tasting this side, we do events for up to 100, but
Okay.
this side of tasting, it's
'Cause
better
that's-
if it's more intimate.
Yeah.
You
That's
get a
$10
smaller group.
each. Like,
Roughly, yeah.
So say you're having maybe like a casual Friday or something, or you just want to treat your employees, right? You go to the drunkengrape.ca, you say, everybody, $10 a
Yeah.
piece, let's get loaded. Woo! You know?
I hope my boss is listening.
Drunk employees are
Love to
happy
have you-
employees.
yeah.
We're not going to condone that on
Yeah,
live
they're
television
happy
necessarily. but-
employees. Happy. You'll just feel happy. Is the very important part.
So we put up your website. People can find you there.
Awesome, absolutely.
Thank you so much for being here. This is great.
Yeah.
So what is
Cheers.
this one? The difference?
Just
Tell
a
us
different style. This one
Okay.
hasn't gone through bottle second fermentation. It's not bottle conditioned. Lower
Okay.
alcohol. Be lighter in flavor. It also has dates on it. It's neat what these two craft breweries are doing. They're date stamped.
Yeah.
So you know when they were bottled.
Yeah, so you know that it's at its
trying
freshest.
to-
Yeah, typically you
Very cool.
probably have up to 6 months of this one. This one, because it's second fermentation, it's a bottle condition,
Yeah.
can last years.
Awesome.
Okay. Wow.
Rob Statham from the Drunken Grape, thank you so much. Say hi to Marie for me, by the way. I had a crush on her.
will
when I was
indeed.
younger. She's very good looking.
Thanks,
lady.
Rob.
Who don't you have a crush on?
That's,
Male, female, everybody.
I haven't said Jasmine's name yet. She's bitter.
Comedy hour.
Yep. Coming up more on Daytime, I believe Darren Frost and Kathleen McGee are performing at Yuck Yucks this weekend. They're going to be joining us next, I believe, on Daytime Ottawa.